What's up? Welcome back to Screen Fiend, and let's talk about Avengers Endgame. Everyone wants to talk about Avengers Endgame, and now there's new developments that are saying that Avengers Endgame might actually be something else involved with Thanos. And what I mean by that is Thanos might turn out to be the hero. Yes, he will end up saving the Avengers from a new threat. Someone who threatens his existence as well. This is not a good look if this is the direction of the Avengers. That would make no sense. Because Thanos, after all he's done, to bring in another villain bigger than him makes everything he did in the last movie kind of obsolete. So to have him as the main threat just to make him a minion of someone else, or just make him just he's not a significant piece of the puzzle anymore, like he isn't the guy to beat, makes it like, what's the point? There's always going to be another Thanos. So it kind of defeats the purpose. Now we have a situation in which who's going to live, who's going to go with the Avengers. Who's going to live, who's going to go, like, who's going to be around, and will they figure it out, and how's it going to work out? Well, everything is changing in the universe when it comes to superheroes, Marvel, the way the direction of the films are, as far as how they're shot, how they're perceived. All of these different elements are coming into play, and nobody is saying anything about them. So, for me, I'm looking at the scales of what they used to be to where they are right now, and it is completely different. I see this movie being very confusing to the casual moviegoer who enjoyed the first one. I don't think they're going to enjoy this one as much as it's going to be too convoluted with quantum realm physics, as they're all going on an individual gauntlet to find the individual infinity stones to forge their own glove. To create a theory that everyone has their own glove, what makes it kind of obsolete and stupid. I saw a theory saying each one are going to get their own infinity gauntlet. I'm like, well, that defeats the purpose of the infinity gauntlet. Now, they can go and get just one of their own. It would make sense that each one would go on a quest to each find an infinity stone and make a gauntlet. As I told you before, the name of this movie was called Infinity Gauntlet. I mean, Avengers Gauntlet. And that was the name of the movie. Infinity War was the first one, and this one was called Avengers Gauntlet. Because each one of them were going on a gauntlet, but the name got leaked. And because the name was accidentally leaked, the person that leaked it didn't know it was a big secret. So they had to go and change the name to Endgame. Something that they didn't want to do. It wasn't Annihilation. It was never that. It wasn't any of these titles that you're seeing now. It was called Gauntlet. And once it was accidentally leaked, they changed the name to Endgame. Now, because the leak was early, early in the game, it really didn't disturb anything by changing the name of the film. Cap's death. People are how Cap's gonna die, and we don't know if Cap's gonna die. Plus, Thor might die too. A lot of people believe Thor's gonna die and be the surprise death of the movie, or Tony's gonna die. Who's gonna live? Who's gonna go? Well, let's talk about who's not gonna go. Agent Romanoff. Agent Romanoff is gonna survive to come out with her Black Widow movie that's supposed to take place after Infinity War. Everybody just loves Scarlett Johansson. Then you have the fate of Clint, who's supposed to be around for the rest of these movies. Comes in as Ronin. What's going to happen with him? Mark Ruffalo's character as the Incredible Hulk. How long he's going to stick around doing the Hulk? A lot of people contracts are up. Black Panther has 2 movies already okayed by Marvel. The sequel and then the trilogy. So that's already in production. Like, that second one is already set to go and start shooting. And that's the new direction of this film. But to bring in another villain to make him more powerful than Thanos in this situation would kind of dilute the movie. It works for the comic books because you have to extend the story. Comic books and stories never end. They continue. So you need that extra push to keep moving the story forward and pushing the envelope. But what you can't have is something to go awry. Now you got problems all over the place. The Guardians of the Galaxy. We all know they have a 3rd film coming up and nothing past that. That is a shock. Chris Pratt and the rest of the team has no films past Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Nothing else has been greenlit. So they're basically holding off to see, I guess, who's going to be around, how they're going to do it, because they won't have Gamora. The Guardians will be without Gamora. So there is no chance. There might be a slight chance that she's going to be in 3, but then that just might be it for Gamora, because she will have to film 4 Avatar movies in a row, unless something very dramatic happens with Avatar. 4 movies in a row. Yep. So well, as some people believe, Skrulls are going to play a big part in the Infinity War, and that Agent Romanoff might be an actual Skrull. A lot of people have made that inclination that she could be a Skrull, and that Captain Marvel could reveal a lot of people who could be Skrulls right now. Like Captain America. I just think at this point making one of them Skrulls would be a distraction. In my point of view, this would be someone would be a distraction at this point. The time to do that came and passed, I think. So if it happened earlier, like say in Captain Marvel, it happened early on and they actually caught one of the Skrulls trying to, imitate one of the guys, that would make sense. But to try to interject that now, that would be a bad scenario, bad mix. So that's my view on that. Why is Rocket the only Guardian of the Galaxy alive? Well, let's look at this. Rocket is the only one, they're doing the numbers game. Guardians of the Galaxy is a collection of all these guys. It's not like one team. It's like the universe chose its original Avengers and said they're going to represent everything. Plus, Rocket. Rocket was one of the, they're going to choose one. When the universe is going through its cycle, half the universe is wiped out. They had to have one character stick by. And one of the main characters out of the Guardians of the Galaxy that everybody liked was the pessimistic Rocket. So why not Rocket? Besides David Bautista's character, this makes the most sense. Because David Bautista's character as Drax, the Destroyer, is not going to do well fitting in with the rest of the Avengers. It would take them a while to get used to Drax. Even though Drax is great on screen and character, it would take them a while for them to get used to his character. Which kind of segues into the next statement. Now, let's look at Drax. A lot of people saying they're going to kill Drax off in Guardians 3 and the Guardians 3 will be it for Drax. That's not necessarily true. They might keep Drax alive just because he put up a fight for the script. He wasn't the only one fighting to keep the script. A lot of people fought to keep the script around, and that's just how it was. This is Hollywood. It's not like they're going to hold a grudge and want to kill him off early, but hey, he could. And a lot of people said War Machine's going to die. Don Cheadle's character is War Machine. War Machine has like bit parts in the movie anyway. He's never really been significant in the Avengers movies. He's was the guy in Tony Stark's Iron Man. He was the backup for Iron Man. So he brought his roadie along for all the other films that really haven't been Iron Man movies. But Tony was the most recognizable face since they started it with him. So to bring in people that he know, like Rhodey, into the fold would make sense. Now, we didn't know Clint until Avengers. So he came in through the Avenger wave. Not the Captain America wave. But the Avenger wave. Nick Fury is a Skrull. That could be the case, and I guess that could come in, but then that would be a distraction. How long has that been going on? You know, if that was the case, how long does that scenario go? Did the real one die and a Skrull take over after doing Winter Soldier? You know, like, that would just be too much of a distraction. And why would that Skrull be helping Captain Marvel, you know, in this situation? I just think it's just way too colluded for them to go down this path. Yeah, I think War Machine's going to bring out that big cannon, that big proton cannon that's going to be powered by an Infinity Stone. And you're going to see the big gun used. And that will be his moment. Well, only one Iron Man movie was great to me. The other two were fairly not complimentary to the Marvel Universe at all. They were basically bad. The third one had more hope than the second one, but the second Iron Man was complete trash. The quest to know... Okay, let me read this. The quest to know is Nick Lane in the present, past, or future. I think he's in the present. I think he came back out of the quantum realm, drove the van over to the Avengers area, where it is cemented, and wherever he's at this Avengers base or whatever that he's on, he drove the van there and he's looking to get let in. I think this is where he's going to tell him, you know, what he's been through since he's come out of the quantum realm. I just think that is the present time. So to me, it just makes more sense to me that way. I think sometimes we complicate things. Our minds are not thinking correctly sometimes, and we just put our own. We start going way too far into the realm of, what about this? What about this? This could be going this way. Is Zuri gone and vanished too? They might not know about the whereabouts of Zuri, so she might be missing, just like they got Nick Lane on the photos. Or this could be different when we come around, but I'm thinking maybe Zuri is not in charge, or if she is in charge, they're not saying anything about her whereabouts, because a lot of them probably don't know about the... You know, this was kind of surreal to everyone that was in Wakanda. To see this type of action happen in Wakanda, they probably hid her. You know, seeing everybody, half of the people they love vanish. And if she is gone, you know, M'Baku would probably be the strongest enough person that they would represent as their king until someone else could take the mantle. As he's noticeably still around when everyone else has vanished. Why did they make Black Panther look so weak in Avengers Infinity War? I thought that was disrespectful after Black Panther success. They knew the black man was ruling, and okay, let me stop you there. They were shot at the same time. So when they were shooting this movie, they were shooting Avengers as well. So that the movie wasn't released yet. So they had no idea Black Panther was going to be as large as it got. They never saw that $1 billion movie. They never saw that. That was supposed to do a little bit, hopefully 500 million, 600, 700, and thank you, please. That thing did another 500 million past what they ever imagined. So they had no idea it was going to be that big. So that's why Black Panther looked more minionish in the Avengers, but they still did a great job of honoring what they did in Black Panther, that movie, as far as what they did and as far as making it important and all those things that they were doing there. So when they had a new director and they were saying chants and things that they learned from the Black Panther movie and this movie, when they were filming it, when they had their war scene, and they made Wakanda an important part of it anyway. Having the final battle take place in Wakanda. Now, the success of Black Panther, I'm quite sure that having Black Panther in this film now, he will be more of an ideal character with more input into the situation than before. Plus, Black Panther now has got his own saga going, so you're not going to put as much Black Panther in this Avenger movie. So, I just don't see that happening. What was your other question? Will we see Daredevil? And I don't know. Daredevil is a television character that we seen on Netflix. I like the guy that's playing Daredevil. I think Daredevil, to me, was one of the better series that you can extend, and keep that going. I didn't see that for a lot of the other series, but this one, most definitely, I could see. I could see the whole Daredevil, bringing in those characters. Even the neurotic girl, they kind of explained why she was all screwed up and why she was so emotionally just messed up. Because I just like, this chick is all over the place. But I love the Daredevil. Like all the 3 seasons that they had. But I believe this has something to do with Marvel getting ready to come out with their own thing. And that's going to cause problems with Netflix. So Luke Cage and all of these shows, even though they're canceled, they might come out with this Marvel Universe thing when Marvel has their own streaming site. You might get these shows to come back on the Marvel site when they get that up and off the ground. So, yeah, well, Disney's going to make it quite expensive for them to use movies like Avengers, and they only will have them for a certain period of time. And then to keep them would be too expensive, so they would let them go. So they'll keep them while they're new, and then kind of release them. As they got Black Panther and Avengers, not the first one or the second one, but they have the last one. So, Infinity War. But no, I don't see television characters or people who do small films going to the big motion picture It's almost best to have a new character. What else? Wolverine. No. I see him making a cameo without the makeup and anything like that. Almost kind of how they did in First Class. He might be in a scene where when they go back in the quantum realm. Might be homage to him. It's about all I see. What about Spider-Man? Will he have a large role in fighting Thanos in this one? Like, again, he will be in the film, I believe, but I don't think his role will be as significant. His role, I don't think, would be as significant as, I think it'd be just like Black Panther, because they have movies coming out. So you'll get a piece of Spider-Man. So on that, I'm going to leave it.